2025 business meeting of the Board of Education. I need a motion to the call to order, please.
Motion.
Any second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Our emergency exits are, which hopefully we don't need, but the windows and the door to my right. I will need a motion for the approval of order of agenda, please.
Motion.
We need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. We'll move to the clerk's report. Matt?
Be it resolved that the Board of Education accepts minutes of the business meeting held December 10th, 2024.
We need a motion.
Motion.
We need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Public comment. Speakers will recognize who wish to address the board on agenda items only. I think we're okay there tonight. So I think we're going to go right to our favorite guy here.
The moment we've all been waiting.
Wellness, yes.
Happy New Year to everybody. I'm a Happy New Year guy till February 1st.
Sorry?
Yeah, it's highly debatable.
I said somebody for that.
It is, we're well into 2025 and all that brings. It is legislative season, so the governor released her budget today. Over the next couple of days, we will have regional meetings with our superintendents groups on the implication of the budget and the strategies around advocacy for the legislative session in February and March. So more to come on that. In tonight's agenda, there are just to touch on a couple of the items on the agenda. Under contracts, I want to highlight the Suffolk County Department of Labor and their employer-related services grant. That's the Jobs Development Grant for the 2025 Hospitality Academy. That's a $50,000 grant. So thank you to the Suffolk County Commissioner of Labor.
Same amount?
It's fluctuated. Last year was 45, so this year it's 50.
And when are we actually, when are we starting?
Next week we have open house info session at Canoe Place Inn. And then it starts February 27th with orientation. Then Tuesday, March 4th. Saturday, April 5th is the job fair. So it goes all the way through March. Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Is Canoe Place closed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
It is Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just until the end of March.
Wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a
Best
regular.
thing anybody's ever said.
It's a regular anyway.
That's it. Oh, and then also tonight on the agenda, in addition to a number of other business items, is the approval of the 25-26 school calendar. So we have reserved the graduation tent. PLR has begun kindergarten registration already, and the calendar, so this year's over. Except for the cold.
It's the slide.
Yeah. Except for the cold, which brings me to our playgrounds. So both the elementary and the pre-K playground are all done. Elementary was done and ready for Monday, January 6th or 5th, whatever the first day back was. And we're in sub-zero temperatures, so it's fun to look at right now. But they look fantastic. And there were a couple of days this year where kids could get out. And the PE teachers and some of the older classmen in 4th grade modeled for all the kids how to use the new equipment. So excited. I got the report from my own 3rd grader. He is very excited about the new playground.
Great.
Our enrollment sits at 1998. I think last month we were at 2,000, so we're holding steady at just about 2,000 kids K through 12. Handle with Care, Mr. Ferraro has been working with the Southampton Town Police Department. You recall last month we had Mr. Ferraro and Chief Kiernan roll out Handle with Care, so we are now in early implementation stages with training the police department on trauma-informed care inside the school. At the beginning of February, we'll work with all of our faculty in the faculty meetings to implement that program as well. And then right at the beginning of February, we'll look to begin the pilot. it'll be executed at that point. So very excited about the potential of handle of care.
Lawrence, will there be any part of the program where the teachers and the police will all be together towards the end, just so they get to see and know each other?
That's a great idea. I would bet it makes sense. I'm talking before thinking, but it might make sense to have a group of teachers and a group of police
So you
officers.
can't have them all, I know.
Right, come together and just all together sort of
Yeah.
debrief
Yeah.
and sort of autopsy the
Maybe a
pilot.
couple from each building,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
so
good
they
idea.
can
Yeah,
go back to their constituents and
Yeah.
say, this is what we learned, and,
right.
Maybe as we're norming it also.
what's that?
I said maybe as we're norming it also.
Oh, okay,
Oh, all right.
makes sense.
yeah. Great, thank you.
Yeah.
In today's budget, we've been expecting this. The governor is putting cell phone restrictions in place. I have not read the language yet, so, but what I understand it to be is a bell-to-bell restriction, local control on how that is rolled out. But, and in many cases, you could see right there on the wall, that's not for calculators. Thank you, Gary, for those viewing at home. Not for calculators, but for cell phones. Cell phones tend to be a distraction. In our buildings right now, it's not an issue in the elementary school, but in our buildings right now, it is a manageable restriction that we have. But the expectation, as we understand it, is that we will need to develop policy. Right now, we have practice,
Right.
but we'll likely have to develop policy around what a bell-to-bell restriction looks like. Kids can have it here for those who are in theater after school, or sports, or need to call home. Even though we have the phones here, it's both kids and parents feel comfortable. I want my child to have the phone. So we'll work that out over the coming months. But the implementation of a bell-to-bell ban is expected to be for the 25-26 school year. We're already there. Right now, kids at the high school, for example, it's not bell-to-bell, first bell to last bell. It's bell-to-bell like first period, no phones
Right, so
unless
in
it...
between periods, they,
Yes.
oh, quick look, oh, text mom, boom, or whoever.
Right.
Yeah.
Back into the thing it goes.
I'm not sure that's going to be allowable in the new
Right, that's what I'm saying,
regulation.
it doesn't sound like it's gonna be
Right.
allowable.
Right. So, more to come on that. And then the final thing that I'll mention, we're in midterms and regents right now, so really it is the halfway mark. We're on the downward slide now. The second marking period ends Friday, and then we're off into the third and the fourth. And so-
We're day 82.
Yeah,
What is that?
Day
Day
82.
82. Oh, well, that's because the 100th day
We
isn't.
count, yeah.
yeah.
It's after the break this year. It's the first time it's been that way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You have your outfit ready?
No, I
The
do not.
hairspray?
Yes, the hairspray.
Good. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that sounds
To do.
And the last thing I'll say is, last week, the district was invited to participate in the governor's State of the State address on Tuesday in Albany, which I attended, and had the opportunity to talk to our elected officials who represent us in Albany, as well as a number of other administration officials. Those relationships are important as we pursue state funding for school resource officers and other advocacy elements. The South Fork Commuter Connection is large, runs through the governor's office because of her MTA appointments to the board. So having those relationships ultimately does support, I think, the infrastructure. So my appreciation for the support there. And then our quarterly Commissioners Advisory Council was held on Thursday in Albany as well. So I had the opportunity in my role this year to facilitate, to co-facilitate that with Commissioner Rosa. So we focused on a couple of topics that included state aid, and interestingly, a dual and early college enrollment program. So a number of our classes in Hampton Bays have college credits attached to them.
Yes.
Whether it's SUNY Farmingdale, St. Joseph's, Stony Brook, the University of Albany, Science Research, and also Suffolk. The way it exists today in the world, in New York State, is each district essentially has to negotiate processes with each college. And there are different standards between colleges and different processes that need to be followed. A district like Hampton Bays, Mr. Carlson is helping navigate with Suffolk right now in the Beacon process. The Beacon credit is getting Suffolk credit while taking a high school course.
Right.
Suffolk has credentialed certain teachers of ours on our faculty because they have the correct master's degree in the right field, and their resume has been reviewed, their class has been audited. But a district the size of Hampton Bays, we have one statistics teacher, for example, one environmental science teacher, for example, because we're a small district. If that person is out on a medical leave or a maternity leave or something else, then that cohort of kids potentially misses the opportunity for Beacon credit. So navigating the conversation, both the state is aware of this, and not just for Hampton, as we didn't bring it to their attention, but it's true in all parts of the state of these challenges. So Mr. Carlson's been navigating that with folks at Suffolk and Farmingdale and other campuses to try to streamline that process and use our stories to help make policy change. So that was last week. And then I'll end with a partnership with the Hampton Bays Civic Association. The association's president, Ray D'Angelo, and their board are coordinating a debate for the special election to the town board. That vote is held on March 18th. Something else very important on March 18th for your minutes, Lars Clemenson's birthday.
29th birthday?
29th birthday.
Yes.
Yeah. My annual 29th birthday.
Now you're going to sneak that in there?
Yeah. Special election on March 18th for the town board seat that was vacated by Tommy John Scavone, who's now our assemblyman. The two candidates are Hampton Bays residents, John Leonard and Rick Martell. And they'll host the debate. We'll co-host it with them, where our students will act as ushers, and that'll be at the middle school on Monday, February 24th at 7 o'clock.
John from the non-civic group?
Yes,
Yeah, from the Alliance Group. Yeah.
local while you're in town.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Used to be on the zoning board.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's my report. Any questions that I can answer?
I think
We
you
hit them
still
all.
is.
Thank you for
Yes.
always keeping the channels open to our local government,
Yes.
state government.
Thank you.
Very much appreciated.
Thank you.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then we can do unless there's any questions, we can do a consent agenda from 4A to 7G. If nobody has any questions, we need a motion.
Motion.
I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. We will go to public comment. Persons may address the Board of Education on any matters of interest or concern. The Board President will recognize all speakers. Time limits may be imposed based upon agenda needs. I think we're all good there. All right, with that, I need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion?
I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Meeting is adjourned. Stay warm, everybody.
Yes,
Get home
thank you.
safely.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
No, I have
We're gonna have to hire a
to.
part-time superintendent.
See, there are
Said
two
the other
voting
day, I said,
yellow.
he's at a school board in Brookhaven.
But still attached to
Yes.
this.
No, I